We've got some storms on the way.
Yeah. Let's check in with Storm Team Meteorologist Jacob Woods.
Yeah, good morning, guys. So we are going to be quiet today, but as we go into tomorrow, a few of those scattered storms that we have during the morning and afternoon could briefly become strong to severe. And then we're weather aware going into late Friday night all the way into Saturday and early Sunday morning. And that's when we will have multiple rounds, not just one sweeping line with some gusty winds and maybe a few small embedded tornadoes. This is looking to be more of a traditional severe weather setup as we go into the weekend. But first, for tomorrow, we do have a level 1 out of 5 severe risk covering a good portion of central Alabama. And again, just really for that lower end threat of a few of those storms briefly becoming gusty and maybe producing some small pea to quarter sized hail, but no tornado threat with the storms tomorrow. That will change going into the upcoming weekend. As early as 9 p.m. Friday night into early Sunday morning, we are going to be weather aware for strong to severe storms. Winds, tornadoes, hail are all going to be on the table, so you want to be sure and check back for updates. On Friday, the biggest severe weather threat will be off towards our northwest, but notice I have the title here for Friday night. That's because really we're not going to see any storms coming in here until after dark on Friday, and it's going to be possibly even after midnight. And the biggest risk for some of those storms to continue to be severe would be across our northwestern counties, but a good portion of the area is still looking at a nonetheless, level 2 to even 4 or level 3 out of 5 risk, I should say, going into Friday night. That's because those storms are going to be so strong on Friday to our northwest that even as they push towards the east, they're still going to be holding on to quite a bit of energy by the time they get here for late Friday night, early Saturday. But for Saturday afternoon, a new threat is going to develop as new storms start to form, and that's where we are going to be more weather aware for that greatest threat across a good chunk of Alabama. In fact, just about the entire state is looking at a pretty equal threat for damaging winds up to 70 miles per hour, and tornadoes are looking more likely. As I continue to look at the latest guidance, even some strong tornadoes can't be ruled out with the environment that may be trying to develop on Saturday. And in terms of the hail, some pretty large hail, potentially quarter to tennis ball size, and some flash flooding is possible as well. Now this morning, temperatures are cool to start. We're in the 30s, 40s, even some places like Birmingham warmer in the 50s. So it's going to be a nice day. So today's the kind of day to maybe clean out the storm shelter, start to think about those severe weather preps, as high pressure is going to keep our skies sunny and temperatures warming into at least the middle to upper 70s this afternoon, and hardly any clouds to find. Another cloudless day just like we had yesterday, so that's going to be certainly welcomed. And we are going to see those clouds beginning to increase again going into tonight. A few showers possible as early as daybreak tomorrow. Here's a few of those storms that could briefly become severe and gusty tomorrow afternoon. We'll see a few peaks of sunshine, a mix of sun and clouds that will help destabilize the atmosphere some. But looking ahead to the upcoming weekend, that's where things become more interesting, as we'll see those storms developing going into as early as Saturday morning, but continuing to redevelop going into the afternoon and then developing into a squall line later that night. So it is going to be a very noisy day of storms and going all the way into early Sunday. So that's why you got to be weather aware. Breezy conditions continuing into the day on Sunday, but it's looking quiet and warmer for the start of next week. Kristen?
All right, so seeing those